everybody, it's Tara, and this is my TBR for the ReaD&Dathon. If you haven't heard of the ReaD&Dathon, it's a readathon that I am hosting with my friend Kaylee over at the Enchanted Library, and the readathon is based on D&D or Dungeons and Dragons, specifically based on character creation. In this readathon, you are essentially creating your D&D character by reading books relating to their race and class and alignment. I've only been playing D&D for a few years, but I really wish I had come to it sooner because as a reader and especially as a writer, any game that lets you become a character and play out all these adventures in your imagination and be part of creating a story, it's pretty much the perfect game. Combining my love of books with my love of D&D was bound to happen here sometime, and last year I wanted to create a tag based on D&D, but after talking to Kaylee about some of the ideas I had for that, she suggested that we make it into a readathon instead. So here we are. If you missed the announcement video, I will link it up above and down below so you can get all the details. But for now, without further ado, let me introduce you to my ReaD&Dathon character. For race, I went with halfling, and that is to read a book under 200 pages. For that, I'll be reading Snapshot by Sanderson. In this world of virtual reality, snapshots can recreate entire days so that police can better investigate crimes. And the story follows a cop who's on snapshot duty and who accidentally stumbles across evidence of a mass murder that the precinct orders him not to investigate. So of course he does. Snapshot clocks in at 123 pages. It's a perfect little halfling, and I'm hoping I can get it done in a day. I've wanted to read Sanderson for a while now, and I'm usually not intimidated by big books, but for some reason I've just been really wary to make a commitment to his absolutely massive, long-running, epic high fantasy series, so hopefully this little sci-fi novella is a good place to start instead. Everything about this book is right up my alley. The cool technology, the mystery, the conspiracy, timey-wimey stuff. So I hope that I'm gonna love it as much as I think I'm gonna love it, and that it finally spurs me on to read some more Sanderson. For my class, I'm going with Warlock, and that is to read a book featuring the supernatural or paranormal, and that book will be The Diviners by Libba Bray. The Diviners is set in New York in the 1920s, and it follows Evie, who has a secret supernatural power, and she's been sent to live with her uncle Will, who is obsessed with the occult. And when he gets involved in the investigation of a mysterious murder, Evie realizes that her power could help her catch a serial killer. This book was not on my radar until I heard a few other booktubers say how unexpectedly scary it was. I do not scare easy, and I don't expect the Diviners to scare me at all, but adding a horror twist to an occultic murder mystery set in the Roaring 20s got my attention. And again, this book has so many elements that I love in a story, so I think it has the potential to become a new favorite of mine. And for alignment, I had to do it. I just had to do it. I had to go with Chaotic Evil. The prompt for Chaotic Evil is to read any book that you want, but at the start of every chapter, roll a d10 and skip the chapter if you roll a 1. And the book I will be reading for that, unless I happen to roll a 1 for every chapter, is Off to Be the Wizard by Meyer. This book follows a computer hacker who discovers he can alter reality because it turns out reality is just one big computer program. But when one of his hacks get him into trouble, he escapes prosecution by traveling back in time to the Middle Ages to pose as a wizard in King Arthur's court. First of all, this prompt was my husband's idea. He's been playing D&D pretty much all of his life. He's the one that got me into it. So when we started thinking of what we wanted to do for this readathon, of course I had to pick his brain, and he did not disappoint. I enjoy playing chaotic characters in D&D, but in real life, I am not a chaotic character. So this prompt kind of terrifies me, but I have to do it. It's so deliciously diabolical, and I can't let it go to waste. So if no one else does this readathon at all, or if no one else does this prompt, I have to do it myself. And I think Off to Be the Wizard is the perfect choice for it because I've wanted to read it for a while, but I'm not so deeply interested or invested in it that I'll be devastated if I do end up missing chapters. Plus, it just has such a D&D feel to it. It's about a guy who is pretending to be a wizard and going off on adventures in basically another realm. And look at the cover! Look at that cover! I'm excited to finally pick this book up, and I'm excited to do the Chaotic Evil Challenge, even if it does really, really terrify me. So there you have it, my TBR for the first campaign of the ReaD&Dathon. I really hope that I can get through it all. If you didn't know, I am quite literally creating a character who will be joining my family's party sometime this month, so hopefully I can read these books before that happens. If you are participating in the ReaD&Dathon, let me know down below what kind of characters you're creating, and if you have a TBR video, definitely link me to it. And don't forget that Kaylee and I will be running reading sprints over on Twitter. Both of our handles are down below. Make sure that you join join us for some of those. And that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy reading and happy adventuring. Bye-bye!